Hey everyone, and welcome to a special Note Lab mode of the deep dive. Today, we're going to be diving into the science of time travel.
Ooh, time travel.
Yeah,
Very
a
cool.
topic that's captivated minds for centuries. And speaking of captivating,
Yeah.
let's take a quick detour to talk about our sponsor, Cloutfit.ai.
Okay.
Cloutfit.ai. They're revolutionizing B2B fashion commerce using AI to boost engagement and revenue. Maybe they could even help us pick out our time-traveling outfits.
A stylish spacesuit.
Exactly.
Riker.
Right. But, okay, back to our main mission, exploring the mind-bending possibilities of time travel. We're going to be diving into real scientific theories and concepts that suggest time travel may not be just a sci-fi fantasy.
All right.
Get ready to explore wormholes,
Oh, yeah.
wrap our heads around time dilation,
Yes.
and maybe even encounter a few paradoxes that'll make our brains do a loop-de-loop. So,
It's true. The concept of time travel often gets relegated to the realm of fiction. But when you look at the science, particularly Einstein's theories of relativity, things start to get very interesting.
okay, so let's talk Einstein. He's the iconic genius with the gravity-defying hair who basically redefined our understanding of time, but what did his theories actually reveal?
Well, before Einstein, most people viewed time as this absolute unchanging thing ticking away at the same rate for everyone everywhere. But Einstein's theories of relativity, both special and general, shattered that notion. They demonstrated that time is actually relative, meaning it can be influenced by factors like speed and gravity.
So time isn't a rigid, unyielding metronome. It's more like a flexible bendable.
Yes.
A rubber band, maybe?
That's a great analogy. Think of it this way, time can stretch and warp, and that warping has real observable consequences. One of the most fascinating is time dilation.
All right, time dilation. That sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Break it down for us.
Imagine this two identical twins. One stays on Earth while the other blasts off into space on a high-speed rocket because the spacefaring twin is moving at an incredible velocity. Time actually slows down for them relative to their Earthbound sibling.
Hold on, are you saying the twin in space would age slower?
Yes.
They'd essentially be traveling into the future.
Precisely.
Wow.
It's not just a hypothetical idea either. Experiments with atomic clocks have proven that time dilation is a real phenomenon. Clocks on fast-moving jets actually tick slightly slower than those on the ground.
Whoa, that's mind-boggling. So time travel to the future, in a sense, is already happening.
Right.
It might not be as dramatic as hopping in a DeLorean,
Yeah.
but the science is there.
Exactly. And this concept isn't limited to astronauts and atomic clocks. Even the GPS satellites orbiting our planet have to account for time dilation. They experience time slightly differently than we do on Earth due to their speed and the weaker gravitational pull they experience.
Wow, so time dilation isn't just some abstract theory, it's already influencing our technology. That's amazing. But it also raises a big question. If we can travel to the future, even in these subtle ways, what about the past? Is backward time travel even remotely plausible?
Ah, the allure of the past. It's a question that has fueled countless stories and sparked imaginations of scientists and dreamers alike. While backward time travel is far more speculative than time dilation, there are a few intriguing theoretical concepts that physicists have proposed.
All right, hit me with the sci-fi goodness. I'm ready for some mind-bending possibilities.
One of the most popular concepts is the idea of wormholes.
Okay.
Hypothetical tunnels that could connect different points in space-time. Imagine them like shortcuts or maybe even secret passages through the very fabric of the universe.
Ooh, so you're saying we could potentially hop through a wormhole and end up in ancient Rome or witness the Big Bang firsthand? That's incredible.
Theoretically, yes, but it's important to remember that wormholes are still firmly in the realm of theory. We haven't found any concrete evidence of their existence yet.
Okay, so wormholes are cool, but what other wild ideas are on the table?
Well, there's also the concept of cosmic strings. These are incredibly dense, energetic remnants from the very early universe. Some theories suggest that if these cosmic strings were to interact in a very specific way, they could potentially create loops in space-time, opening up pathways for backward time travel.
Hold on, we're talking about manipulating the very fabric of the universe to create time loops? That's insane.
It certainly pushes the boundaries of what we currently understand about physics.
Yeah.
But that's what makes these concepts so fascinating to explore.
All right, I'm hooked. Give me one more mind-bending theory to chew on.
How about Tipler cylinders? Picture this, a super dense cylinder spinning at nearly the speed of light. The theory suggests that this spinning cylinder could twist space-time in such a way that it creates these pathways called closed time-like curves.
Closed time-like curve sounds complicated.
It is, but in essence it means that following the right path around this spinning cylinder could theoretically take you back in time.
Okay, that's just wow. My head is spinning. But even if these theoretical concepts are mind-blowingly cool, are they even remotely achievable?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? While these ideas are rooted in physics, the technological hurdles we'd need to overcome are immense. And then there's the whole issue of paradoxes, which are mind-bending scenarios that arise when you start messing with the past.
Paradoxes. Oh, I love a good paradox. Tell me more.
Well, for example, what if you went back in time and accidentally prevented your own birth?
Wait, wouldn't that mean I'd never exist to go back in time in the first place? That's a serious head scratcher.
Exactly. That's the classic grandfather paradox. It's one of many mind-bending scenarios that arise when you start toying with the idea of backward time travel. And we'll be diving deeper into these paradoxes in the next part of our deep dive.
Welcome back, everyone. We're continuing our deep dive into the world of time travel.
Last time we explored time dilation, the idea that time isn't constant,
Right.
but can be stretched and warped by speed and gravity. And it's not just a theory. Experiments have shown it's a real phenomenon. It affects things like GPS satellites and even astronauts in space.
Right. It's mind-blowing to think that time travel to the future, in a way, is already happening.
It is.
But then we ventured into the much more speculative territory of traveling to the past.
Yes.
We talked about wormholes, cosmic strings, Tipler cylinders,
Yes.
all these mind-boggling ideas that, while fascinating, are still firmly rooted in theory.
Right, and as we started to unpack those possibilities, we
Yeah.
stumbled upon a whole new set of challenges, the paradoxes of time travel.
Paradoxes, those brain-twisting scenarios
Exactly.
that make you question the very fabric of cause and effect.
Yeah.
Like the classic grandfather paradox, where you go back in time and accidentally prevent your own birth. It makes your head spin just thinking about it.
It certainly highlights the potential for logical contradictions when you start messing with the past. Another intriguing paradox is the bootstrap paradox. Imagine traveling back in time and giving Mozart a copy of his own symphony before he composed it. Where did the music truly originate?
Oh, wow.
It creates a causal loop where the source of the information becomes impossible to determine.
So it's like a musical chicken and egg scenario.
Exactly.
The symphony seems to exist without a clear origin point. That's a wild concept. It really makes you think about the nature of time and causality.
Exactly. It highlights the potential for circular causality, where
Yeah.
cause and effect become entangled
Right.
in a way that defies our traditional linear understanding of time. Physicists and philosophers have grappled with these paradoxes for decades, proposing various solutions and interpretations. One of the most intriguing attempts to resolve these issues is the Novikov self-consistency principle.
Novikov's self-consistency principle. That sounds pretty intense.
It does.
What's the gist of it?
In simple terms, it suggests that if time travel is possible, the universe would have a built-in mechanism to prevent paradoxes from occurring. So if you tried to go back in time and kill your grandfather,
Uh-huh.
something would always prevent you from succeeding. Maybe you'd trip and fall,
Okay.
your weapon would malfunction, or maybe you'd even have a sudden change of heart. The universe, in a sense, would conspire to protect its own consistency.
So it's like the universe has a built-in safety net
Yes.
to ensure that time travel, if it were to occur, wouldn't unravel the fabric of reality. But doesn't that raise questions about free will? If we're bound by this self-consistency principle,
It does.
does that mean our choices are predetermined?
Yeah.
Are we just playing out a script that's already written?
That's a fascinating philosophical question. The Novikov self-consistency principle, while offering a potential solution to the paradox problem, does raise profound questions about the nature of free will and determinism. Are we truly in control of our actions, or are we simply fulfilling a predetermined role in the grand scheme of things?
It's a mind-boggling thought, and it leads us to an important point. Even if we could somehow overcome these mind-bending challenges and paradoxes,
Yeah.
time travel would undoubtedly raise a whole host of ethical considerations.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't messing with the past have all sorts of unintended consequences?
Absolutely. In fact, the ethical implications of time travel are perhaps even more complex than the scientific ones. One of the biggest ethical concerns is the potential for altering history. Even small changes to the past could have massive, unforeseen ripple effects.
Like the butterfly effect.
Exactly.
The idea that even a seemingly insignificant action, like stepping on a butterfly, could drastically change the course of history.
Precisely. Imagine someone traveling back in time and accidentally introducing a disease that wipes out an entire civilization, or perhaps they try to prevent a war but inadvertently create an even more devastating conflict. The possibilities for unintended consequences are vast and often unpredictable.
It's a sobering thought. And it raises the question, who would have the right to make such changes to the past? How could we possibly control the ripple effects and ensure that any actions taken in the past wouldn't have catastrophic results?
It's a dilemma with no easy answers. If time travel were to become a reality, we would need to establish incredibly strict ethical guidelines and regulations. We'd need a way to assess the potential consequences of any actions taken in the past, and a system of accountability for time travelers to ensure they act responsibly.
It sounds like opening Pandora's box. The possibilities are both exhilarating and terrifying. We're venturing into uncharted ethical territory, and it's crucial that we engage in these difficult conversations now before the hypothetical becomes reality.
I completely agree. As we delve deeper into the potential of time travel, it's crucial that we consider not just the scientific challenges, but also the profound ethical implications of tampering with the past.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from the mind-bending science of time dilation and paradoxes to the ethical minefield of altering history. But one question remains: if time travel is so fraught with challenges and potential problems, why are we so fascinated by it? What is it about this concept that captures our imagination so powerfully?
That's an excellent question, and one that we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive. We'll delve into the psychological and cultural reasons behind our enduring fascination with time travel and discuss what it reveals about our hope spheres and the very nature of human consciousness.
I can't wait. But for now, we'll have to leave our audience hanging. Stay tuned for the final part of our time travel adventure, where we'll explore the profound human desires and anxieties that fuel our fascination for bending time itself.
Welcome back, time travelers. We've reached the final destination on our deep dive into the mysteries of time travel. And for this last leg of the journey, we're shifting gears from the hard science to a more philosophical perspective. That's right, we've journeyed through Einstein's theories, explored mind-bending concepts like wormholes and Tipler cylinders, and even grappled with the paradoxes that could arise from messing with the past. But now we're going to tackle a different kind of question.
Exactly. We've talked about the hows and the whats of time travel, but what about the why? If time travel to the past is so fraught with challenges, paradoxes, and ethical dilemmas, why are we so utterly captivated by the idea? What is it about this concept that has gripped our imaginations for centuries?
It's a question that has fascinated philosophers, scientists, and storytellers for ages. And I think the answer lies in the very nature of what it means to be human. We are, by definition, temporal beings. We experience life as a linear progression, a constant flow from past to present to future.
Okay, so we're bound by time. It's the framework of our existence. But how does that explain our obsession with breaking free from its constraints? Why this deep-seated yearning to rewind, to fast forward, to somehow escape the boundaries of time itself?
Well, imagine being able to revisit key moments in your life, not just in your memory, but to actually be there again, to correct past mistakes, to relive cherished experiences, or to perhaps take a different path altogether.
Right.
Or think about the allure of witnessing historical events firsthand, to walk among dinosaurs, to stand in the presence of ancient civilizations, or to meet your heroes from the past.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall during some of history's most pivotal moments.
Exactly.
But those are all personal desires, individual fantasies. What about the bigger picture? Why is time travel such a persistent theme in art, literature, and film? It seems to transcend cultures and generations.
That's because time travel stories offer us more than just escapism. They allow us to explore fundamental questions about human nature and existence, questions about free will and destiny, about the nature of reality, about cause and effect. They give us a safe space, a fictional realm to grapple with profound concepts like loss, regret, and the fleeting nature of time itself.
So it's not just about the adventure, the thrill of zipping through time. It's about using those journeys to reflect on our own lives and our place in the vast tapestry of time.
Precisely, time travel narratives often serve as cautionary tales, reminding us that actions have consequences, that choices ripple through time, and that the past, present, and future are inextricably intertwined. They make us consider the weight of our decisions and the potential for unintended consequences.
It's like the butterfly effect. A tiny change in the past could lead to a completely different future. Time travel stories remind us that we're all part of something much bigger than ourselves, and that our actions, no matter how small, can have a profound impact on the course of history.
Exactly, and those stories often tap into our deepest fears and anxieties, the fear of making the wrong choice, the regret of missed opportunities, the longing for a second chance.
It's like that saying, hindsight is 20/20. Time travel stories allow us to explore those what-ifs and if-onlys in a way that real life often doesn't.
Right? But it's not all doom and gloom. Time travel narratives also tap into our deepest hopes and aspirations, the hope for a brighter future, the dream of righting past wrongs, the longing to connect with loved ones who are no longer with us.
It's about second chances, redemption, and the possibility of changing our destinies. It's about exploring the vast potential of what might have been and what could still be.
Exactly. And let's not forget the sheer sense of wonder and possibility that time travel inspires. The idea of breaking free from the constraints of time and exploring different eras and realities is inherently appealing. It's a mental vacation, a chance to escape the mundane and embrace the extraordinary.
It's like unlocking a hidden door to infinite possibilities. And that sense of wonder can be incredibly powerful. It fuels our imaginations, encourages us to think outside the box, and inspires us to explore new ideas and possibilities.
I couldn't agree more, and who knows, maybe someday those fantastical concepts we discussed earlier, the wormholes, the cosmic strings, the time-bending cylinders, maybe some of those ideas will move from the realm of science fiction to scientific reality.
It's an exciting thought, but for now we'll have to content ourselves with the journeys that science and storytelling provide.
Indeed, and as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of time travel, I want to leave our listeners with this thought. While the science of time travel is fascinating, the real magic lies in the questions it raises and the reflections it inspires.
It's a reminder that time is precious, that our choices matter, and that every moment is an opportunity to create a future we can be proud of.
So as you go about your day, consider the impact of your actions, the ripple effects they might create, and the legacy you want to leave behind in the vast and ever-unfolding tapestry of time.
That's a powerful message to end on time travel. It's more than just a scientific concept or a fictional trope. It's a mirror reflecting our deepest desires, fears, and the very essence of what it means to be human.
And with that, we've reached the end of our time travel deep dive. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey.
If you enjoyed this mind-bending exploration, don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe for more deep dives into the most fascinating corners of knowledge. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop wondering about the mysteries of time and the universe. And hey, if you're looking for the perfect outfit for your next time-traveling adventure, be sure to check out our sponsor, cloutfit.ai, CCEA.